The last 13 years, though, and technology has helped hugely.
Using technology for me has opened up massive amounts of barriers for me, because I've started using Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I've done a website as well, just show people that people like myself having an injury are not sort of closed in, even though they might feel alone at home sometimes. Hello, matey. How you doing, man? All right?
The job's going really well, yeah, we're getting there. I'm done with that wall. I'll go down and show you quickly.
Yeah. In a social circle as well was really massive, to keep hold of my friends and for them to get hold of me, so I don't feel so isolated being with my injury or being at home when I can't get out if the weather's bad. I can still keep in contact with them through video and feel close to them without needing to meet them in person.
Barry works for a charity organising outdoor activities to help people come to terms with spinal injuries. Since his accident, he's become a keen and talented painter, prints of which he sells online.
To be honest, I couldn't imagine life without the technology that I've got around me, that I'm lucky enough to be able to use with just the use of my head.
The internet is now so integrated into our everyday lives that to be offline is to run the risk of being socially excluded. So, too much of it is a worry, but clearly so is too little. It's about finding the right balance. Talking of which, how are office workers faring? Internal emails have been banned, as has working outside office hours.
Yeah, last night when I got home, I certainly felt a little bit bored at first, but then I started to feel more and more relaxed because I had nothing to think about, I suppose.
Normally when I'm running, I'm thinking about what I need to do for work when I get home, who I need to email, what I've forgotten to do.
I spend more time with the family, dinner times, bath times. Would you like to spend some more time with Daddy? Oh, okay then. Go back to my emails. Still a bit concerned about not replying to some emails last night, but I'll get over it.
The professor behind it all is back to see how they've got on.
Well, the week's over. I just want to really thank you for getting involved in this. We've suspended technology a bit, haven't we? We've tried to control technology. We have become the masters rather than the slaves of it. But it's all about balance, and that's, I think, where we want to go. But thanks again for participating. So, Mike, the week is up. How have you found it?
There's a buzz about the place. Now we're seeing people moving about. There's a hum around the office that wasn't there before.
It's a kind of balance, isn't it, between the need for technology and working more humanly with the people you're working with.
I will not be taking my laptop home as often because I don't think I've lost anything as such. Technology is a fantastic thing. We're a technology company in the main. But that doesn't mean to say that technology should be driving the business. The business should be driving technology.
But it's not just Mike who's enthused.
It's been a good atmosphere this week. People have talked to each other more.
Actually, I've come in a couple of days and had no emails, no new emails.
It has really helped me get to know my colleagues a lot more.
I quite often will go on the internet just before I go to bed, whether it's on my phone or my laptop, and I think not doing that has meant that I've slept better this week.
All the technology interference, the emails within the business, I think has overloaded people. And actually reducing that has produced, I think, really positive results in this work environment.
But what of the effect on personal relationships? In our survey, 1 in 5 said the time they spent online caused friction with their partner. Which brings us back to Katie and Stuart. So they could assess the impact of technology on their relationship, we confiscated their phones, laptops and computer games for the entire weekend.
Katie is starting to get a little bit irritated by not being able to look up things on the internet while she was watching a programme.
I want to understand something a little bit better. If I don't understand something they're saying, I need to look it up, and I won't remember to look it up tomorrow, so...
So you're sort of at a breaking point?
No, I'm fine. Just stop it.
Okay.
Next morning, the couple reflect on their technology-free evening.
It made me laugh, and every time I left the room you try to look for your phone.
I can't help it. It's like I genuinely can't be alone with my own thoughts or sit quietly for 1 minute while you go to the loo.
With their gadgets still under lock and key, Katie and Stuart have some hours to fill.
I feel a weird mix of both stressed and anxious and yet strangely unburdened. So I feel bored more than anything.
We've actually had a nice proper conversation, which not to say we haven't had for a long while, but you know, it's nice to do, and I think we need to do it more often.
I don't put Stu ahead of the gadgets most of the time. I don't mean to, I don't do it in a harsh way, but he does come second to the internet sometimes, and he's fully aware of that.
It's the final day of the detox. Stuart has spent some quality time with daughter Willow, and Katie has had a morning at a spa. But now it's time for a reunion with their gadgets.
It didn't take long for Katie to get back on her phone. It's not even been 5 minutes of opening the boxes, and she's already texted someone.
Well, technically they've been waiting for my reply since like Friday and Saturday, so they're thinking I'm ignorant and they hate me.
Could have waited.
It's a strange feeling. It's like I'm pleased to have it back, but slightly worried at how pleased I am to have it back. You don't care, do you?
I really don't. I got used to not having it.
We are more together when the gadget isn't distracting me, so yeah, I'd like to do more of that. Maybe just more breaks from technology rather than living without it.
Well done, sweetheart. Proud of you.
Love you.
Love you.
Now, 30% of the people who responded to our survey said they felt they should cut down the amount of time they spent online. Now, how do you do that? You can't just undo the digital revolution. But you can, of course, take back some of the control that technology exerts over us simply by reaching for the off button.
Electronic retailers are predicting the latest tablet computers will be among the best-selling products this Christmas. Now, if you'd like more information on tonight's programme, please visit our website at itv.com/tonight. Until next week, though, good evening and thanks for watching.
Coming up next week, train companies are in uproar, the Department of Transport is in disgrace, and the franchise system is in disarray. And all this is costing taxpayers hundreds of millions of pounds. With fares also on the increase, Chris Choi investigates how privatisation came off the rails.
Looking back at some of the biggest storylines of the past 4 decades, we celebrate Emmerdale at 40 in an hour. Before that, the dramatic week in the Dales continues. Stay with us. With more land and a slower pace.
We're a bit late in having our midday G&Ts today.
Better food and nicer weather.
We thought, well, what can we do? Let's move abroad and make some wine.
More of us are upping sticks and relocating in the hope of a better life across the channel.
Somebody did ask John once what it would take to get him to go back to England.
After a lot of thought, I said, I think the Undertaker's hearse.
We follow the ups and downs of those brave Brits in Little England. Monday at 8 on ITV1.